guys, it's Princess A, aka Asura. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a story time, and it's about how I broke my tooth. But before I get this started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and let's get this started. So I broke my tooth by riding my bike, because usually when I was younger with my siblings, we used to ride our bikes just like up and down the sidewalk by our house, and my mom was always watched us. So one day she told us like, let's go inside because we were done for the day, and I didn't listen because I was like, let me go one more time, like ride back and forth one more time before I go inside. And so I started riding my bike and I fell off my bike. And this is what happens when you don't listen. But I hit my tooth on, you know, like those electric boxes on the side of the, like on the sidewalks, like not on the sidewalk, but like beside it on the grass. It's like a green box, but it's not that. There's like there's like skinny, like taller ones. But I'll explain, like I won't explain, I will put a picture of like what I'm referencing here to get like, to make you guys get like a better understanding of what I'm talking about. But I hit my tooth on there and it chipped like right in half. It was my front tooth, by the way, and then the tooth beside it, it chipped just a little bit. And so a little while after, well, like I told my mom and everything, and then we dealt with that. But like I'm gonna say like a few weeks later, because I had to go, okay, first I had to go, I don't know how long it was when I first went to the dentist after I broke it, because I know I had to walk around with half of a tooth for just a little bit.
Nice. But
I went to the dentist and they referred me to another place so they can do the surgery. And basically, when I went to that place on the day I was scheduled for, they were so rude, and I was like, for no reason. But anyways, I was a kid, like what was I gonna say? And I was like, you know what, I'm getting my tooth fixed, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're gonna fix it, whatever. So they do it, whatever, they do their thing. And then I was fine. The implant that they put in there, I was gonna eventually grow out of it. So I did, and a few years ago, but I didn't really care. I just walked around how I did because it wasn't a big deal. It was just like it was just a little bit shorter than my other big tooth in the front. But yeah, so it was fine. So I walked around with it shorter than the other one for a while, until, well, what happened before was the tooth beside it, the one that got chipped a little bit, one day I was eating a ring pop. I think it was last year, to be honest. Like everything was okay until now. But so it was last year, I was eating a ring pop, and because I chew my ring pops, I bite that.
Okay.
So I was biting it, and then when I was chewing it, there was one piece I was like, why is it so hard? Why isn't it breaking? But it turns out it was the layer of this tooth. So they filled it, they redid that one too, even though it chipped a little bit. I think they replaced the whole thing. So that one's also, right now it's smaller than, like, I guess the other side or anything. Like it stands out, you can see it's smaller than everything else. But so I bit the layer off, and I was chewing it and eating it, not realizing it was my tooth.
Really, nigga?
And there's one little piece that's left on that tooth right now, and the only reason why it hasn't been fixed is because the dentist said he can't, because if he goes and fixes that tooth, he says it's going to like cause like a nerve damage or something, so I have to wait for that piece to fall off, and it still hasn't. It's really like on there. I don't think it's gonna fall off for like a good minute, so it's there. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't bother me that much anymore. I'm used to it. So that one's gonna remain smaller than the rest of my teeth until a little piece falls off and they can redo it. So also last year, what happened was my tooth started hurting.
Oh my god! Wow!
And what would trigger it mostly is like when I was drinking cold drinks, but it would still hurt like in general. But I thought, because I had felt that before, I felt that pain before, and I thought it was just like whatever. I don't know what was happening, but I was like, this happened before and it went away, so it's probably not something serious. And it was really bothering me this time, so I actually I told people this time, I told my parents this time, and so I went to the dentist, and then they referred me, I think, to that same place, because I'm about to tell you something about that place. But they referred me to the same place, and I said I'm not going back there. So we found a new one, a better one, and the same one that told me that he can't do this nerve damage stuff. So I said I'm gonna go to him instead because he knows what he's doing. And basically, he told me that there's an infection. Why? It's because the people, the same place that you know, wanted to be rude and stuff and pretend like they knew what they were doing, didn't, because they did it wrong. They did my whole surgery, they like messed it up. They didn't do it properly. So now I had an infection from that. So, you know, and I couldn't do anything about it. I just had to, you know, do some treatments at the new spot. He was doing treatments like every week for like a couple months. I believe it was like a couple months, and to try to get it away, but he said it might not work. He said if that doesn't work, his treatments don't work, then I have to go into surgery. And who wants to go into surgery? So I was praying that, you know, his little treatments here and there were gonna work, and yeah, it didn't. So I had to go into surgery, and he told me before surgery that I had two options actually before surgery. It was either or after the treatment, it was either surgery or I have to remove my tooth and wait a few months to get an implant. The surgery would have been right away whenever I scheduled it. And I was like, because he said that there's a 20% chance that the surgery will work. So if the surgery doesn't work, I still have to go and remove my tooth for months. So I have to be without a tooth for months until he can actually put the implant in. That was gonna be crazy, but like at the same time, like masks would have been on by then. So I was like, okay, like a few months I can do that because at least I'll have a mask when I'm outside. But now if God forbid, I have to do that, I probably won't have a mask by time, you know? So, and I don't want to go out in public with my front tooth missing, like, no. So, anyways, I did the surgery. I was like, let's just take a chance. I hope it works. So far, I think it did. But, who knows? But so far, it's pretty good. Because it happened, I did the surgery like October, November last year. And basically when I did the surgery before, because I was still having pain because the treatments didn't work, what happened was the top of my mouth got swollen. And since I went into surgery with the top of my mouth swollen, when he was numbing me, it didn't work because of whatever, because it was like, I guess, blocking the nerve or whatever, in order for the numbing to work. So basically I had to, like, throughout the whole surgery, I felt the whole thing, and I kept telling him, because he didn't tell me about that whole nerve thing, and because of the top of my mouth is swollen, so it won't work. He didn't tell me any of that. He told me that after, because I kept saying, like, it's like, I was like, I'm feeling pain. He's like, you're not supposed to. And he kept sticking needles in to numb me, and it didn't work. So he was like, he kept doing it, and he was like, and I was like, I need more, because I was going crazy. I was literally trying my best not to cry because it was so painful. Words cannot explain about the whole thing. Anyways, so when we were done, so he told me, oh, this is why it hurt, and I was like, whatever. I left. Then I started, like, I called my mom, let her know that the surgery is done, and then I started crying because that pain, and there was like a stinging pain after too. So I was just getting annoyed. I was frustrated. I was hungry, so I just started crying. Later, I got home, and I ate, and I was struggling to eat because, you know, like stitches and stuff. I got stitches and stuff, so it was, you know, all new to me. So I was struggling to eat. After I ate, I think it was before I ate, I went to bed, and my top lip started getting a little bit bigger. Even before that, I thought my lip got a little bit bigger, but it wasn't as big as what I'm going to show you in a little bit. But my top lip, it was just my top lip, it got a little bit big, and as the day started going by, it started getting bigger, and then the next day it was huge, and it looked like I got Botox or something, because it was funny. But everyone was like, all my friends, family were laughing at me, but I was like, can hardly eat with it. It was so funny. I looked so weird though, because I looked so different, because it was like some big lip, like just my top lip. That it was the weirdest thing. So I'm gonna insert a picture at some point just to show you what I look like. I'm about to embarrass myself, but it's, in reality, it's what I look like. I couldn't do anything about it.
Oh!
But thank God we had masks. But the thing is, every time I was driving to work and stuff, because I had that big lip, I kept my mask on while I was driving, because I didn't want anyone to look over and be like, because they probably thought they're like, why do you look like that, you know? Because it actually looked pretty bad. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys that picture and screenshot if you want. I don't really care. So, you know, I'm good now, or for now. I hope I don't have to take out my tooth. But yeah, so that's just what it is right now. Right now I don't know what's coming up next. So, but that's it. That's my story. This is like a lesson learned. Make sure you listen to your parents, even if it's for the littlest things. Because I do regret everything, because now there's this whole situation, you know, and sadly I went to people the first time that didn't know what they were doing. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed that picture. Embarrassing picture. But if you guys have any suggestions for any videos, or like any video ideas or anything, make sure you comment down below or send me a DM. And yeah, so see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.